I think whenever I'm around David, I think I'm like, when it's me and David, I'm like the TJ of me and David.
You are the TJ of
it
you
is
and David.
Right over my head.
Because I don't know how many things that we did, like this whole time, that you would just forget and then not even realize that you didn't tell me.
Yeah.
And it'd be really important things, and I wouldn't know until 10 seconds before.
Mentally, I'm thinking that just in the spur of the moment in life, things are exciting and anything can happen in life, that it's just like, let's just, to keep things more like real and grounded, I guess it's just, we let it happen in the moment. You know what I mean?
Like what we're talking about on Real Talk?
Yeah. But
like more than 10 minutes before the fucking episode starts?
Yeah, but that's what makes the episode so
Is that
great.
what he did? Is that what he did to you?
Yes, he does that all the fucking time. He'll sit there
and I dealt with that for years.
Welcome back, everybody, to Real Talk After Dark, where we keep it real about life and film. Today, Sarah and I are with a special guest on episode of 50 Milestone 50 Marco. Woo, baby boy, we got more to go. But David Kelley, a longtime friend of mine, is on the phone here with us. David, say hi.
Hi.
So, David and I, we go way back to, 2009. You and I met at Lewis and Clark at a college on campus. I was working on a movie. You take set pictures, and we decided to collaborate together. You came and take pictures on my set. We made a movie together, and then we've basically formed a bond since then. We lived together for like a year at one point, and we got a lot of crazy stories. Do you maybe want to tell the people the story of how we met?
Yeah, you were being weird. You were following me in the bathroom.
So, yeah, me and David sat across from each other, and you know how they always say, don't judge a book by its cover. I was like thinking this kid's going to get us in trouble this semester. And then we ended up becoming...
Why? Because I had my bangs down in my chin?
Yeah, I was being very judgmental. Is your tattoo...
emo kid?
Yeah, is your tattoos, your piercings, and your hair. I was like, oh boy, this kid's going to cause trouble.
Yeah, I see.
And yet it was you that came up with your funny junk bullshit.
Yeah. But yeah, no,
who did? I did?
No, Ryan.
I'm talking about me.
Oh, I was gonna say I didn't come up with that crap.
Yeah, no. David didn't want to take any part in that. I knew him whenever we did the finale, and I said, "Hey, you want to join in?" And he's like, "No, I'll film it."
No, but I'll film it.
You were jumping off the balcony or the ground and everything. I'm like, no, I'm good.
So dumb.
Getting hit by my own car.
I like my legs.
Right. Remember that one time? Well, you weren't there for it, but remember whenever I rolled Michael down the hill in the creek in the trash can, and I think he just dislocated his shoulder.
Oh my God!
Yeah, on a skid. Well, that was his choice. He said he wanted to do it.
I mean,
we're just dumb kids.
No.
That's for sure.
I don't even remember the setting, but my favorite one was where Michael or Casey that came running up the stairs. Remember, from the basement into like a kitchen?
Oh,
I don't remember what it was about.
It was Casey. I think that was Random Boredness 2. Whenever me and Michael are reminiscing on why he broke his leg, and Casey comes running up the stairs and breaks it again, like in the skit.
Yeah, I don't know that. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. You probably have to know them too, but
yeah. Well, it's the way he came up, and then he was like, "Aha!" and then slap it was his reaction, the way he did it. It was funny.
Those are good days.
I know, right? That's why I got it all on the YouTube. You can check it out on Dead Zone 24 because it's all up there. Everything that we've done is up there.
A lot of it's actually pretty good. I would know. I watched the whole channel.
She binged it when we first got together. She loved it. She thought it was cool. And she was really excited to actually meet you, David. And she's like, I like your friend David. He's funny. I can't wait to meet him in person.
And now he's a jerk.
Oh. I'm full of disappointment.
I know, man, but it's okay. It's life. That's life. We still love each other.
Yeah, all that was forever ago, man. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like a lifetime ago.
It does, doesn't it? I mean, 2009, 2010, when all this really started hopping for us, and now we're 2025. Like, that's a good 10 to 15 years away.
Yeah.
No, more than 10. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, they say life goes fast and it moves, but it moves a little faster than what you was expecting. And I was telling Sarah just recently, quoting the Ferris Bueller quote about how, if you don't stop and look around every once in a while and you blink, you know, you might miss life.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
In 3 years, it'll be 20 years since I graduated high school.
I know. Yeah, we're coming 20-year graduation. That's crazy. That's wild.
You graduated high school?
Yes, I did.
That sounded like sounded like he was surprised to hear that. He said, "You graduated?"
Yeah, knowing I'm much smarter.
I'm sorry.
He's not.
No, you're not.
I know. It sounds good though.
Yeah,
it sounds good.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's sorry, but he's not, because it's the right thing to say, but he just says it because it's the right thing to say.
Yeah, I never mean it.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever have meant it, really.
Nah.
Yeah.
You only like me because you felt bad because I was lonely following you into the bathroom.
I mean, you followed him in the
I
bathroom.
Yeah, literally.
No, I just wanted to pee. I didn't know who you were. I turned around and there's somebody just standing there right behind me on their phone.
I know. I can only imagine anybody listening or watching. You think about it. Yeah, it's somebody you'd only met in class, and you're talking, and it's break time. You go on break. I was thinking that he was going to go out and smoke like he usually does. I wasn't a smoker at that time, but I was like just going to go kind of follow and hang out with him. But he decided to detour to the bathroom first. So instead of just standing awkwardly outside the bathroom, I decided to stand awkwardly inside the bathroom.
To watch him pee.
No. No, that happened 3 times. 3 different times before we even talked.
David just took pity on you.
You didn't even pee, dude. You didn't even go to the bathroom.
I didn't.
You stood in there.
I stood by the sink. I was probably watching him through the mirror, so wasn't watching him directly. Probably, I don't know. I was probably being weird. I didn't keep track, but it goes to show you how much David loves me because he kept track. Yeah, baby.
No.
He said, "Hold on, wait."
No, I like my booty hole clenched up. I thought I was going to get raped.
Oh,
I didn't know.
Oh no!
It's our class, anything can happen.
He said, "Who's this weirdo?"
Oh,
Here I
God.
am thinking I'm going to get in trouble with this guy, and here you are on the other end thinking you're going to get sexually assaulted by me.
Yeah,
You did
were
follow him in
trouble.
the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm sorry, David.
You look like Willy Wonka back then. I didn't know
I did.
what was going on.
I cut my hair when it all started getting to a certain length, like to my shoulders. I just cut it all the same length, like a little long hair bob, like
Yeah.
Trunks. But instead of looking like Trunks, I came out looking like Johnny Depp's Willy Wonka.
That does not surprise me.
Yeah, yeah. I
And
can't.
no, and then you also wanted to be cool after you met me and you started straightening your hair, and it was real weird.
I did start straightening my hair a lot because I didn't think girls were into the curls until The Star Is Born with what's his name?
Cooper.
Bradley Cooper came out, and then Sarah was like, "Oh, his long hair and his curls," and I said, "You like that?" She's like, "Yes." Yeah. So I grew my hair back out for the curls because I was like, "Dang, women like that all along," and I was straightening my hair to blend in with everyone back in high school. Man,
I mean, I have no specific type, but I mean, long curly hair was also nice.
yeah.
It looks good.
I think the more I've accepted it over time, the more I like it. I'm just like, yeah, and then I ain't got to spend that extra time straightening my hair because, like, I'll tell you what, there's like 10, 15 minutes extra in the bathroom just straightening my hair. Make it look good. It's like, it look good. I don't know who I was trying to impress. I know I wasn't, mainly myself, I guess. A little.
Only God knows.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. He knows. I don't. But I think I was probably a little into myself. And I was like, if I look good and I know I look good, then other people are going to know I look good.
You're a dork.
I think that's what it was. But me and him, so we got roped in together working on the Heart Final Pulse, which was a good time.
Roped in like it wasn't your movie.
Well, I mean, like,
if anybody got roped in, it was David.
Yeah, I roped David in. And David, tell him about that one time whenever I was getting ready to crash with the movie because everybody kept quitting and I was ready to be done with it. Tell him what happened.
Oh, it was like that party scene we did.
Yeah, well, remember I was ready to delete all the footage and be done with it.
Oh yeah, I thought you were kidding. I thought you were kidding at first.
Yeah,
and then you were like getting really upset.
I think I had dropped some files and folders into the recycling bin. You saw it happening and you like undid it and you're like, no. And you were basically like, you got me involved in this now, so if I don't even see this film finished, I'll kill you.
It was just a lot of stress just to get that done the first time, and then
yeah, I know, right?
I forgot everything that happened. So I
Yeah.
knew there were some issues, and we were talking about having to redo something, I thought, and
Yeah.
those people wouldn't do it again.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think the party scene might have been the biggest hill to climb in that film, just because we shot the party scene once. We just didn't get to shoot the deaths. And so we was bringing everybody back to do the deaths, but not everybody was willing to come back, wanted to come back. They were like, oh, you already used this one day. Why do you need this again? It's a movie.
Right.
What do you think? I mean, until the movie's done, you know?
Right.
I'm not saying that I'm trying to use you or done with you then after the movie's done, but I'm just saying, like, you know, until the movie's done, then your scene's done, you don't got to act in it no more, you know? But yeah, I think the only people besides you for the party scene to come back, I think, was Zena and Gunner. And I think everybody else was replaced, right? Or no, and Alexis. Alexis was there.
She wasn't there the first time.
No, yeah, that's right. Not the first time. That's right. So yeah, it was just you three the first time. They came back.
Carlos brought her, and then Chad was in the second.
Yeah, because it was Eric Williams that introduced me to Carlos, and then Carlos is the one who brought everybody else in.
Yeah,
met some people. It was a wild part.
Chad was awesome though, man.
Yeah.
I remember that we didn't even have a script or nothing. He just went right into it.
You know Chad, which character I'm talking about? The one at the party who was like upset about all the alcohol being gone in the liquor. He's like, I'm gonna go get the alcohol. And he comes back and he goes, what? Who drank up all the liquor?
Yeah.
That guy, yeah, he was hilarious. He said, who drank all the tequila? Was that you? Oh man. And then he was the one that had to go pee really bad, but David was trying to get his game on in the bathroom, and so the guy said, fuck it, I'll go outside. And then he starts peeing out, and he starts peeing outside. He said, what's he say? Doesn't he say like fuck them bitches or something like that?
Yeah.
and then pees on the killer shoe, and then boom. Yeah.
The bathroom scene was cool because I didn't even know it was even gonna happen.
Oh, yeah. They were getting it. And I shot it multiple times. I was kind of letting David have fun with that one.
You're such a
because I was like he's gonna have fun with this. I was like, I was shooting different angles, and what's funny, there's a couple angles I think that hit the cutting room floor, it didn't even make it because I was like, obviously I don't want to be covering every angle in a bathroom, so I only used like 2 of the angles, but I was covering multiple angles just so like David could have extra fun.
You're such a dork.
Towards the end,
Ryan was back behind me cutting the whole time, you know.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah. Of course, I was probably getting a little half chub watching it go down too.
You would.
Probably was.
He was.
As a director,
I felt the aura of it.
Oh, yeah, you had your back to me, so you probably felt my belt buckle, which is what
my booty hole tightened up again. You
again. I can't imagine how many times you've probably had to clench that thing around me.
I put a piece of tape over it when I slept.
Oh.
Okay.
I've always told David, I said, if I was gay, I said I'd go after him. That'd be my man right there. I'd be trying to sleep with David. But then I wouldn't be willing. But yeah. But then I ended up technically kind of finding the female version of David and Sarah in a little bit.
That's what you say.
I mean, you guys kind of are one and the same, just different sexes.
I think David has a more cynical view of life than I do.
Yeah, David's maybe more of an asshole for sure. But he does. But he does nice. But he does it with love and care, though.
He has his moments where he's really great. Like whenever he came, I didn't know who he was, and he came down for that time that you came back from the train. Remember? Oh
yeah. And that was the first time you guys met when she surprised me at the train, and you were there, and I hadn't seen you in like 6 months, and I was like, and it's funny because I've seen my mom and Sarah more recently than I had seen David, so I ran up to David like it was like Brokeback Mountain or Notebook, and ran up to him and gave him a big old hug, and he's just like, dude, you ran past your mom and girlfriend.
Yeah, he's like, dude.
I went straight for my boy David. I said, David, I love you.
I thought that was messed up. I thought because it was dark outside, you just didn't see him at first for some reason.
Nope. As soon as I saw you, I got excited. I think I ran to you, but
you did.
In my time, it was like slow motion. It was like a movie. It was a movie scene. It was a bromance moment. It was a bromance moment for real.
That was funny.
Yeah, I remember when you did that. It was a huge shocker because I was just like, oh snap! I hadn't even had the moment or chance to introduce you guys. Yet here you are, surprising me and stuff, and it was a good time. And that night, the train actually got delayed.
Yeah, that was such a bummer.
How long was like a 3-hour delay?
There was like a 3-hour delay. We had a whole party set up for you And nobody could stay.
Yeah, she had some of her friends over and all that. And the fact that they were at least there and even texted me to let me know, hey, I'm sorry we couldn't stay. I was like, I appreciate you even being there. I said, there's nothing you can do about a train delay.
Yeah.
You didn't know it was going to happen. I didn't know it was going to. Trust me, I wanted to be off that train a hot minute ago. And there's times where we were just sitting.
I was so bummed out.
There was times we were sitting in the same spot for like 20, 30 minutes. I'm texting Sarah. I was like, we still haven't moved. I'm just like, what the heck is going on? I was like, is there pile up or a final destination moment that happened on the train tracks that's preventing?
No, it was some sort of like maintenance they were doing on some of the tracks.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, they had to reroute a bunch of different trains, and it was just freaking chaos.
Yeah, or either that than the train getting derailed because of no maintenance.
Yeah.
I remember waiting for a while, but I don't remember all that. Like, I'm sure you said it, but
yeah,
there's probably food involved, so I was thinking about food.
Then you guys had cake and all that stuff back there. So
yeah, we had all sorts of stuff.
He's ready to get back and snack.
Yeah, I think your mom got pizza.
Yeah, but there's pizza. I forget everything else.
Yeah.
We snuck out and did a quickie.
Oh yeah, we did. We did. And what's funny is I think David said that he knew.
Yeah.
I think he knew something was up because we were like,
well, you don't just sneak away from a party.
Well, just randomly, we're just like, hey, we're gonna be right back.
Yeah, you're like, I'm gonna take Waylon for a walk. Hey, Sarah, you want to come with me?
Yeah. And then we're just gone.
Yeah, I just kept eating my pizza. I think I ate your pizza. you don't eat your crust.
I could just say that was a cut scene in a movie. You were just out there like getting all hot and fiery outside, and it just cuts to David inside just
eating pizza,
snacking on the pizza. Like this is really good. This is really good.
Oh, it was funny. I was so annoyed though. That stupid train wrecked my whole plan.
Hey, it was still a good plan. I still had fun, and I was still surprised.
You're easy to surprise. I've surprised you a couple of times.
Yeah. David surprised me once. Teased me more like it whenever we were staying together or living together, and you came out that one time after like a long 12-hour shoot on Bats in the Clock Tower, and you came out and you put the hat on your weenie, and you just teased me. I couldn't see it, but you was hiding it from me. But that was a big tease.
Wearing the hat.
Oh, a sock.
Oh yeah,
it was a sock.
I think it was.
I don't know. I remember. I really don't remember. I vaguely remember.
I got it on the vlog because I was closing out the vlog for the night, and all of a sudden David just pops out behind me, and I look at my screen, and all of a sudden I see his pants down with something, and I had to turn around. I was like, "What is going on?" I think David might have been a little slap happy. Yeah, I think we had a long day that day, and then we had to wake up and go back the next day to go do some more. But that was a fun shoot. We worked on the heart. My movie and Bats in the Clock Tower, Scott's movie, like basically like kind of simultaneously together back to back. There were some days we shot the heart, and the next day we were like on Bats filming and stuff. So like I know 2010, me and David were having a hell of a year in 2009, 2010 because we were filming not only 2 movies, but then we were doing Dead Zone 24 skits. So me and him were on the move for a hot minute there.
I got hurt in both those movies.
Yeah, you did. Tell us about your experience on those. What happened?
Well, I mean, technically, in the heart, I broke my arm outside of the movie.
That's true, and we worked it into the script.
Yeah, well, I was trying to get hit by that car hard, and then Eric wouldn't hit the gas hard enough.
He was too scared. He's like, I don't want to run him over.
It kind of sucked because I prepared for it. I watched a bunch of videos on how to like roll over the hood and everything. but I was being stupid at the college, and I jumped off the fountain and snapped my wrist. And I was all freaking out that, oh no, because I kept thinking about the movie. I was like, I can't have a cast in the movie. Oh, yeah. So as soon as I got home, after they put that cast on, I just started cutting it off. So I cut my cast off for continuity reasons, you know. And then Ryan's like, oh no, we can just keep it in the movie. And I was like, are you serious? I just cut this thing off. I'm like, my wrist is messed up for life now because of that movie. Because I cut it off.
I'm sorry, that's your decision.
I'm gonna heal right, you know.
I was gonna say it wasn't a director's choice. I didn't say you have to do this.
Ryan was even like, no, we could work it into the script. Yeah. And you're like, I cut this off. Like a fucking crazy person.
I was mad. I cut that thing off too.
He said, I'm getting right into it.
No, and then with Bats, they placed me wrong. I think Scott either told me to move back or somebody else move me forward, I think, is what happened. So when they had everybody fall, whenever I wasn't shooting stills, they had me do that extra thing.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah.
had me fall forward, and I smacked my head right on that metal track.
That's
Just
right.
straight. Because I wanted to look real, so I didn't put my hands in front of me or anything.
Yeah, so I was gonna say in the movie you can see that body drop, bro, and it looks like he dropped.
Louise.
He dropped for real.
Oh, I blacked out. I blacked out right when I hit too.
No
Yeah.
wonder you're such an old man now.
I know.
I think you were placed in that movie like several different times, like for different moments and stuff. I think you were the same character a few times, but there was a couple times I think you were. And I think I even may have stood in at one point behind, like just from the back or something. I don't know, but you know, there's like little Easter egg things like that, little references.
Yeah, it was some kind of bird name. I don't remember the character name. It was like a bird name.
Yeah, I don't think you were Hawk, was you? I think the other guy was Hawk.
Lonnie was.
Yeah, you might have just been David.
Because we were in the bar scene, and then I drove that car, that Avalon.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
But I wasn't there. I wasn't there for the cool stuff, for the bat bike over the bridge. I think I couldn't get off work.
You wasn't there that night?
No.
Oh, that was the.
No, I was mad.
I think that was the night that we had that bike accident.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know about it in time. That's what happened.
Yeah.
I didn't know about it in time to request off because I worked nights then.
I won't get to. Nobody was hurt. I won't get too detailed into it or whatever because I don't think it was ever really talked about or discussed. It was just kind of like it happened, and it was kind of like a Las Vegas moment, like, you know, what happened on the set stayed on the set type thing. Like everybody was like, accidents happen, but no, I think nothing bad happened. It wasn't like that bad. It just kind of, I think, just kind of like turned a little too sharp or whatever, and his bike went down, or I think maybe didn't brake in time and he ran into the back of the van, or it was one of the two, but it wasn't a bad wreck. He didn't have to go to the hospital. Nobody was hurt. It was just damage, just small damage to the bike and the car or something like that. But
that still sucks, though.
I know.
Bikes are
not
cheap.
It would have been funny. It would have been so cool if you were there to see that, man. It was a moment. I was like, as soon as it happened, it was like all of a sudden, like it got dead quiet, man. Everybody on set was just like, and then we went running to him to make sure he was okay, which thankfully he was. But it was like to see it go down like that. You're just like, oh shoot, you know, because you try to do everything around it to not cause, you know, not have that happen because you want to be as safe as possible. But accidents do happen. Even professionals, you know, they have accidents. It happens.
Yes, it does.
At least it wasn't like over the bridge and he went off the bridge. You know, that would have been bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Like, I mean, unfortunately, you have those, you know, I mean, well, this isn't a bike accident, but it's still an accident, but, you know, more well known and more recently, you know, back in, what was it, 2021, I think it was now, that, you know, on the set of Rust when the gun went off and killed the cinematographer. I mean, you know, accidents happen, but something like that definitely shouldn't have happened for sure. And the fact that it went on for as long as it did is crazy. And then they had they had a documentary come out. I don't know if you saw it. It's on Disney Plus, I think. And it's a documentary about the making of the film. I really wish they would have changed the title because they put like her name is like the last thing in the title, and it's like they like cover like it's like Rust, you know, like deadly shooting, something, and Helena Hutchins. You know what I mean? I'm just like, why couldn't you have made it like you're centered like the title and everything around that moment, and you're like, oh yeah, and including her. Like, I'm just like, it's still a human being that lost her life, a kid lost their mom, a husband lost his wife, something that could have been prevented, and that was just like that was a hard thing, man.
I didn't like follow the documentary. I didn't really follow the whole thing really in depth at all. But what I heard from a couple sources was that he was walking around kind of shooting people for a while with the blanks, like just messing around.
Alec Baldwin was just running around popping shots.
Yeah, he was doing it for I think a couple of days. They were on set.
Ooh.
is what I heard. I can't say that's true or not. I didn't know if they put that in documentary or not.
I didn't hear anything about that.
It's kind of incriminating.
I was gonna say I didn't hear anything about that. And the sad thing is, because he's Alec Baldwin, I don't think he served not even an hour of jail time. But I know the prop handler and stuff like that, she got like 18 months. And
well, she was the reason that the bullets were in the gun in the first place.
Well, that's true.
Regardless of if Alec Baldwin was around goofing off with a gun that he knew was loaded with fakes.
Yeah. No,
you know,
I'm not putting any blame on him at all, because it's like, I know as an actor.
No, I'm not either.
But he was
she's
also
the reason that the bullets were there in the first place.
Yeah.
She should have all the blame.
Yeah, but he also wasn't just an actor on that set. He was a producer, so he had a higher level at some capacity. And when they do a safety check, the first AD is also as much responsible as that as the prop handler, because the prop handler not only brought that onto the set, but the first AD should have been more safety and precautious about it. And honestly, the shot that they were doing before the gun went off didn't even require, and they were doing test shots. They weren't even filming. It was rehearsal.
Yeah.
That didn't even require the gun to go off in the first place, but that probably doesn't stop the fact it was still going to go off if they pulled it off on camera or not.
Right.
But the fact that it still happened is just, regardless of what happened, how it went down, whatever, a human being lost their life. And like I said, a kid lost their mom, and a husband lost, and probably a mom and dad lost their daughter.
Yep.
It's just a sad scenario where something like that easily preventable.
Easily. Because
accidents are more like, what we were talking about with like, an accident on the highway or something. If somebody's not drinking or driving, or something happens to their car, and accident happens, but something like that could be preventable.
Yeah, the whole thing's just weird on how it even.
Yep. Well, it's like that
occurred that way. But.
It's like that one movie too. I think it was called, I don't know if it was Midnight Train or Midnight Rider. I don't even know if the movie came out. But you guys remember that one story about the second camera assistant who got hit by the train because they were shooting on a live train track that they asked permission to film in the first place and got denied it. So they went against their word and trespassed and still filmed on it guerrilla style anyway. And whenever it came down to it, and the sad thing is that she cared so much about getting that equipment off that she was trying to get it off. And that kind of was kind of the cause of it. You know what I mean? And not everybody caring about the safety of everyone around them. And it's just sad because that stuff like that that's definitely, again, another example of an accident that should not have happened. If you got denied to be on a train set, then don't go on the damn train.
I mean, logically speaking, there's a reason you're not allowed on that train set.
Yeah. You got to be smart about your decisions and what you do on set, and think about others around you, because it's not all about you. And at the end of the day, like, we love movies and we love telling stories and creating art and stuff. But again, at the end of the day, it's just a movie, and that's your life. You gotta choose life.
Wasn't there a movie a long time ago, like maybe in the 80s or something, Spielberg, where they had like some kids and like some helicopter propellers?
I was just thinking about that.
Oh, that's right. That happened on a film set too a long time ago, where a plane incident happened. And I forget if they said that was like the first take or it was going to be the final take or what happened. But I think a propeller went off, and that's right. Yeah, that did happen. I really wish I knew the name of that one, but it's unfortunate, some of these things that happen.
I mean, we could talk about Milo and Otis too.
What's that? The
dark side of Milo and Otis.
What's that?
Where they ended up having like 30 of those dogs and cats, and they kept putting them down the river and killing them.
Whoa! What? I've never heard of this.
Yeah,
in Milo,
like the river scene. Yeah, that one didn't come back.
What?
And I think the bear scene too. Yeah.
So that movie, when
they had, dude, they had.
Was that the movie that started the No Animals Were Harmed in the making of?
I think so, yeah.
Oh,
what movie was it?
I remember watching a documentary on that a long time ago.
I haven't either, but
of how many of those versions of
Wow.
Cats and dogs actually got killed off.
Now I'm glad I never watched that movie.
That is heartbreaking.
No, it's sad, but they knew it too. There was people that actually quit on the set because it was happening.
Dang,
They didn't think that was actually going to be happening.
That got dark and real fast, real quick. That's crazy.
When we were talking about death, I wanted to include animals too.
No, absolutely.
No.
I'm glad you brought that up because I didn't even know about that.
I had no idea. Now I'm just glad that I didn't never watch it.
Goodness.
I watched it. I loved it, and it ruined it whenever I found that.
Oh, I bet.
That was one of my favorite things when I was a kid.
I bet, man.
You remember it? You remember Milestone?
I don't think so.
Really? With the little orange cat and the little pug?
I know of it. I've never watched it.
Oh, yeah. I know what they look like. I just haven't seen it.
Now you gotta watch it.
I don't know if I could.
I don't know if I could now. I'm gonna be looking for differences. Like, oh, that one's got a spot. That one doesn't. This one's got like there's different. Like every cutscene is just a different
awful.
dog.
That's just awful.
Yeah, no, I don't think killing for art's sake is not. That's not even art. That's just wrong.
They put away literal serial killers.
Yeah.
Who used their victims as art.
Yeah, unless you're Dexter, you can't get away with it. All right?
Well, Dexter's fictional, so.
Well, I know he's a fictional character, but I still love that.
Not to Ryan.
Yeah, not to
Ryan.
Ryan.
Oh my God.
Not to me. I live vicariously through him in a sense. You know, not like I said in my podcut, Kill Room podcut. I even talked about that in the first episode. I said just because I love Dex so much doesn't mean I'm a serial killer. I want to be a serial killer just because I lived through it and it's a guilty pleasure doesn't mean that I get off on it or nothing like that. It's just like I just can relate to him as a character, his psychology, like the deep meaning behind what goes on in his head and stuff. I can relate to him like the way because I used to I used to put on a mask and hide from people and stuff, hide my addictions and stuff like that from people and everything like that. So like I can relate to him like trying to just blend in and be a human and hide things, secrets and stuff like that. So it's just one of those things I can blend in and relate to him and stuff.
The only different
secrets you got.
He ain't got no fucking secrets. This man can't keep secrets.
I might have some bodies in the
you don't have
backyard.
Shit.
Nobody knows yet.
You don't have shit in the backyard.
No.
But a lawnmower and a trampoline.
A lawnmower and a trampoline. That's pretty much it, yeah.
Hey, you ever wet that trampoline and jump on it?
Have I ever wet it?
Yeah, like the hose.
Oh, well, not with the hose, but there's been times where Dutch and I have gone out while it's raining and jumped on it because I used to do that as a kid. I used to do that as a kid.
Higher.
Yeah, so I took him out there and have fun with that one time. He loved it.
Don't we have a sprinkler or something for it?
Yeah, I think we just got it. I think we had happened to get it like towards the end of the year last year, and we said we'd use it this year. So definitely got to hook up the sprinkler channel. You'll love that because I used to put the sprinkler under too because it still shoots through those little holes, so you still get it. And I used to like want to jump over them, and it's fun. It was a good time.
You'd probably like it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have a good summer this year because little man David is official preschool graduate. He's gonna be in kindergarten, man.
I saw that.
That's
crazy.
Yeah, it went way too fast.
Way too fast.
It's growing up before our eyes, man.
He's going to be telling you to F off. He's going to be slamming the door in your face before you know it.
I'm going to teach him to only curse you out.
Yeah, that's smart.
I think so, too.
Yeah, just vent it out. Like, that's how you feel. All right, then. It's like, it's going to hurt daddy's heart, but that's how you feel to go to your room and just chill.
All kids do it. All kids do it. Honestly, if he's more like you were whenever you were a kid, we'll have a better time than if he's like me. Because I was not.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever, like, I know I've yelled at my mom, but I don't think I've ever, like, told her, like, F off or, like, I hated her or anything like that.
I called my mom a bitch over the phone once.
Did you?
Yep. We didn't talk for a little while after that.
Oh.
I don't even remember what the fight was about, but we've had.
It happens.
I hope Dutch is like you.
It happens.
And lies like you, because if he lies like you, then I'm always going to catch him.
You're always going to.
Yeah.
That's one thing that separates me and Dexter is like he could tell lies, I can't, but I know it's all, again, it's a character. It's written that way. It's plot armor. Ain't nobody going to find out his secrets like that easily. But I was always bad at hiding them.
Yeah, you get awkward when you try to wash.
Yeah, I know. And then he just like looks at you with this dumb face. I can't describe it, but it's just a dumb face.
It's
and
like-
you're just like, I know you're fucking lying to me.
It's like a
Yeah,
deer. It's like a deer.
It's dumber than usual. Yeah. Yeah, you know.
No, it's like
His toe.
like a cornered animal caught, and he's trying to talk his way out
no,
of it.
it's like a deer in headlights situation. You know what I mean? Where I jump in front of the car and I'm like, "Oh, you caught me!" You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're
That
not
deer,
good.
that
at
deer
it.
has more sense, though.
Yeah. No, that's why over time, and I mean, we've been together 8 years now. That's why it just easily plus, you just as you get older too, you realize just like even lying about little things is just so stupid. So it's just like I'm just like now I just come out. I'm just like, all right, it happened. This happened. All right, I'm doing this. Or
Well, and you can't hide anything for shit either. Like
No.
whenever you were trying to hide the smoking.
yeah. Well, I can't even hide like gifts because there's actually the only time I've ever been able to hide something from her. I hid it from myself and I forgot about it. And that was your Jack Skellington blanket. I got her a Jack Skellington
found
Nightmare Before Christmas blanket for Christmas one year. And I was like, I'm going to put it up here so I don't give it to her early. And I forgot about it. And we were cleaning like 3 months after Christmas. She just goes, Ryan, what's this? And I'm like, oh, happy belated Christmas.
What the hell? What else? You got her something else for Christmas, right?
Well, yeah, other stuff. Yeah, but that was just an
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'd be really shitty.
Right, yeah.
That was the only thing you got. And you're just like, no, I don't know. I guess I didn't get you nothing. I forgot, I guess.
Well, and actually last year was the first year he ever put anything in my Christmas stocking.
Yeah, I always forgot about it, and I feel so bad about it too. But then I think she was joking or teasing about it, and I might have seen she might have shared some memes, like video memes about like what moms get in their stockings or whatever like that. And so I was like, this year, Ryan, don't forget, even if it's just a couple little like treats or something. I was like, get her something. But I got her a few good things.
Yeah,
in there.
you did good on my stocking this year. I was
Yeah.
surprised for your first time. I was surprised.
I was like, I need to do better at that because I think about the presents and stuff. I don't think I forget about that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I guess I just think as a mom and being Santa and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I assume that you got yourself covered, or you just might have got yourself snack. I'm just thinking since we're adults,
It's
we're
not
parents,
fun to buy myself stuff.
I know. I don't know why I think like that. I'm just like,
Because you're a man.
I'm a man. Yeah, that's true. I'm a man. It happens.
Well, if you ever forget again, she's going to put mouse traps in there and set them.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Oh
So you
no.
put your hand in there.
I'll tell you what. He forgets to fill my stocking after this. It's going to be problems. It's going to be problems. I'll forget his stocking and everything else forever. Forever.
No.
Yeah. Because I always fill your stocking up with some good shit.
Yeah, you do.
I know I do.
Yeah, she overdoes it. It's like overflowing.
I do.
It's overflowing.
I overdo Christmas probably.
But it's good times.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's good memories to look back on.
Yeah.
I mean, I know at the time it was a bummer not getting anything in your stocking, but it's
I
fun.
mean, it is what
It's
it
fun.
is.
It's
At
funny.
least you always still got me a gift.
Yeah.
If you didn't get me a gift, then we'd probably wouldn't be together for 8 years.
Well, then I'm pretty good about getting you stuff on the side throughout the
Yeah.
year too. Every now and again, I think about you. I'm like, here's a coffee, or here's a snack, or here's this. We do that for each other.
Yeah.
We try.
I
to
like
do
the
this for each other.
coffees. I like the coffees.
And it's just because I love you. It's nothing to be like, well, since I bought you all that, you don't need none in your stocking. It's not one of
Yeah.
It's not one of those like I've ever tried to do that type of scenario. That's just literally just went over my head and forgot. But because you'd happen to bring it up and it was on my head last year, I was like, I'm gonna do it.
Yep.
We're getting stockings this year. We're getting stuffing things up in there.
Stuff in that.
You're getting stuff, sir,
Yeah.
Getting
for
stuff.
Christmas.
That's usually the gift.
or sometimes I'm stuffing things as a gift. Well, not things, plural.
I'm
just-
like, what?
I'm still saying what?
I'm stuffing Sarah's stocking sometimes with something.
That's what I was saying.
That's literally what he was
oh, you're
into.
saying a different. Oh, my bad.
Oh, honey.
You know what?
It's a good thing you're beautiful.
Sometimes I think whenever I'm around David, I think I'm like, when it's me and David, I'm like the TJ of me and David.
You are the TJ of
It
you
is
and David.
right
Yep.
over my head.
Yep. You are the TJ
That's right,
of
just-
this relationship.
He always forgets things.
Oh my God. He's the worst.
Yeah, because
TJ?
Oh my God.
That's fine. I mean, you do too, so that's real bad.
yeah, no,
Like
I know.
putting you two in charge of something, that'd be
Jesus.
because I don't know how many things that we did like this whole time, but you would just forget and then not even realize that you didn't tell me.
Yeah.
And it'd be really important things, and I wouldn't know until 10 seconds before.
Yeah.
He does that shit all the fucking time.
I'm so bad at that. I know. I'm sorry.
You still do it.
Yes,
I
he
know.
still does it.
I know. I'm sorry. I guess sometimes I think it's just because it's I don't know if this is exactly what it is, but in my head, I guess mentally, I'm thinking that just in the spur of the moment in life, things are exciting and anything can happen in life. That it's just like, let's just to keep things more like real and grounded. I guess it's just we let it happen in the moment. You know what I mean? But I guess there are some things, obviously, you should know in advance. I get that, especially when you're
Like
planning
what we're
something.
talking about
Yeah.
on Real Talk.
Yeah, but
Like more than 10 minutes before the fucking episode starts.
yeah, but that's what makes the episode so
Is that
great.
what he did? Is that what he did to you?
Yes, he
All
does
the
that all the
time.
fucking time. He'll sit there and
Yeah, I dealt with that for years.
dude, and then he'll go, oh no, trust me, I
Yeah.
don't know how he's still alive because he has pissed me off so many times doing this shit. But he'll sit there and he'll be like, all right, guys, we're talking about this. And I'm like, it has been 10, 15 years since I've seen this fucking show. Can you give me more of a heads up so I can watch something to
Refresh it,
refresh
yeah.
my memory?
I get it.
He plays things out in his head, and then for some reason, something goes ape
Yeah.
shit, and
Hey.
he thinks that everybody else knows what he's thinking.
Yes.
That's true.
And so it's
You're
like,
not
let's
wrong.
go, because you already know what my brain's doing.
But God
You're
forbid
completely
you do
right.
it to him. God forbid you do it to him.
Yeah, no, I understand. I get it, and I'm
Yeah.
bad at that. I really am. I know.
It's amazing how
It's
you
all-
understand you
it's
do
okay,
something.
Ryan. We still love you.
Oh, I know you guys still love me. And I know
Obviously.
I know it happens. You know, I don't mean for it to be a thing or keep making it a thing or anything like that or whatever. But just like I said, it's just I guess just because it's like in a spur of the moment, you just keep things real and grounded. I feel like if you plan things too much, then it becomes a little too planned, a little too scripted, a little. You know what I mean? I like things get a little off the rails sometimes because that's just how life is. You know, and so you just gotta go with the flow.
Yeah, your brain don't work right. We still love you. It's cool. It's okay.
This is why I wanted you on the podcast for so long, bro, because I just knew that just shooting shit off the cuff is we're just gonna have some fun things to say and do. I just know it's gonna be a good time. One of these days I gotta get you here in person though. But
No, I'll be there. I probably got until about November of all this crap with work, and then I'll be good.
okay, bro. You know, I'll keep you in mind and everything. I miss you. I really fucking miss you.
Are you going to bring Lisa?
I don't know.
Well, Sarah's probably gonna need a buddy.
I know. Probably.
Sarah's looking all bummed out over here,
Well, 'cause
David.
she doesn't have her Facebook anymore, so I don't talk to her as much as I used to. And
She can't because of work.
I
Because,
totally
like,
get it. No, I totally get it.
You work up in the state like that. People start harassing you, and that's happened. So.
Oh yeah, no, I completely understand.
Such a shame, man. Everybody is so on the fence to attack anymore. You know what I mean? With bullying and everything, and just going right for the get go, and we don't stop to think for a second or try to understand or relate to somebody what's going on or what they're dealing with, and everybody's just so quick to jump on that hate train. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
be
mean
it.
her stuff involves kids, and
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
people are angry, so
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't want that. You want to keep kids as innocent as you possibly can, especially in these times in these worlds. It's so hard to shield their eyes with
Yeah.
technology
No, I
and
get
internet
it.
everywhere. It's not like when we were younger, you could hide a lot of stuff from us, but nowadays kid can access that stuff easily, which is why we're really good with our boy, and we don't just let him like free roam or go into like, you know, just be like into some really bad stuff. I mean, Sprunky's
Well,
a little
he's
weird
5.
right now, but he's into Sprunky right now, Dave. It's just a weird thing.
It is
It's
very
It's
weird.
kind of cool because these characters make different beats and noises, and you put them together and they make music. There's different phases of them, and the deeper they get into their phases, like the scarier they get. And he likes that stuff. It's really weird.
Ryan, you'll have to.
I'm trying to picture it. I can't.
Ryan
You'll
will
to
have
see
to
it.
send you a video later of
He'll
it.
just have to see
Mm.
what he's into.
It's
weird.
you can tell he is a product of 2 horror fans.
Yeah.
Let's just be real. He is a product of 2 horror fans.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, he's a cool little boy, man. And now that as he's getting older and his personality's really booming and showing and shining through and everything, man, he says some of the funniest things.
Oh my
and
gosh.
He's
he
and
is
as a kid
hilarious.
too, you're so open and honest that you just say whatever's on your mind and everything. And he cracks us up. It's like he's not even trying to be funny, but he's hilarious.
It's just sometimes it's just he's so damn innocent, and it's just like that is adorable. Because some of the stuff he says, he says it innocently, and it's just like,
No, he's gonna play you. Oh my god, he's gonna play you so hard, sir.
oh no.
No, I think he is.
I don't.
But no.
I did some shit as a kid. I don't think he's gonna get much past me.
He gets it over on me. He pulls.
Oh my god, yeah, he'll have Ryan running in circles.
He pulls the Puss in Boots little eyeball thing from Shrek, and the whole little like, Dad, please. Like if I tell him no once, and he hits me with the please and the puppy dog eyes, then I'm like, okay, you can have it. Even though you just had like 5 brownies, you can have a 6th one.
Ryan's
hopefully he learns that he can just blame everything on you, Ryan, and then. And then, because she'll just be mad at you all the time, and there you go.
Yeah, but like, it's Dad's fault.
He'll play it.
There was something that he did, and I was like, Dutch, why are you doing that? And he was like, well, Daddy said. And I was like, Ryan, I can't, gosh, what was it now? I don't even remember. It was so funny. You got in trouble for it, but he was even like, I'm sorry. And I was like, no, your dad should have been the one to be paying attention.
Yeah, that was my bad.
I can't remember what it was. Sorry, I got sidetracked by all the nails. I didn't realize how long those nails were.
Oh yeah, poking through.
Yeah.
What nails?
And we're in the basement, so I'm looking up. I looked up at the ceiling, and there's like 3 inches of nail just sticking out of the ceiling.
Yeah, I think that
doesn't sound good.
Well, I think the people that built it probably didn't plan on like really using the basement much or anything like that for anything excessive. Yeah. So they probably just figured out it doesn't matter what it looks like. We're not gonna have company down there. We honestly need to do some renovating as time goes. I'd love to see if we could just patch it all up, make the basement a little nicer.
I'd like to add some walls and shit.
Yeah, just really open. I got some blankets and stuff, kind of based like.
Making rooms.
Yeah, closing it off as rooms.
I remember seeing the basement last time I was there.
Yeah, I don't know if I did bring you down here or not. Because I think, when was the last time you were here, man? Was that for like his 2nd or 3rd birthday?
No, it was something else.
You came out for Ryan's, we threw a surprise party for Ryan for his sobriety. That's what you came out for.
Oh, okay.
We were at the park.
There's no way that was the last time.
That was the last time.
Well, no,
that was the last time.
No, the last time. No, the last time I saw you was at Donnie's wedding. I think it's been that long since I've seen you in person.
That was last year.
No, that was 2023. That's gonna be 2 years this fall. Damn, bro, I haven't seen you in 2 years.
That's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's fucked up.
That's what happened.
Yeah, it is.
That's life, man.
At least you guys
I'm the only person on my team that works on my team now out here, so
damn, dude.
I can't get off at all.
Yeah.
Are they at least paying you well?
Yeah, and I have a company vehicle, but which is good because both my truck and car are kind of immobile. I'm trying to sell them right now.
Also
get something else.
Plan a little trip. Go out that way, and then being out that way, make our way to David too.
Yeah. Do you still have your Mustang, or did you get rid of that?
No, I sold that. I traded that for a truck.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. I remember that.
I missed that car. That was the best car I've ever had.
That was the nicest car ever. You had a nice Mustang.
You took care of that bad boy. It was nice.
She was pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I polished it all the time.
Oh, yeah, I could tell. It's a shame.
I got rid of it so I could get a nicer job, and then I'm still doing that job. How many years has it been? Like 10, I guess, something like that.
And say the last time I remember you having that car is that one time when you was living up in Waterloo, and I came up to film that when I just got my microphone and stuff, and I came up to film that 2016 skit with you, remember? We was like watching the dog take a poo, and I was like, I just watched the dog shit, and you're like, okay. And then at the end it says, don't have a shitty year. And what's funny about that video is I made it for 2016, and in fact that year I had a shitty year.
You did have a really shitty 2016.
I thought it was funny that I made that video be like, don't have a shitty year, and then I ended up having a shitty year.
You ended up having a shitty year. Yeah, you jinxed yourself.
But I think that was the last time I might have seen that car in person. Was back in the Waterloo day.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Cause I've had a GTO since then.
Yeah,
Other stuff I sold.
yeah, it was a nice car. I remember. Shoot, I can't remember how many adventures me and you have taken in that car. Well, I think that was. Didn't you drive out that one night with the heart when we were filming the final act in the scene and the water got in your car? Was that the car?
No, I did that with an Eclipse.
Oh, okay.
I was like a 98 Eclipse.
Okay, that's right. It was a different car.
And then on another skid, I decided to rip it around the corner, and I took your neighbor's power out. Remember I hit that electrical box?
Oh, yeah.
I fucking remember you guys telling me about that. You guys were idiots.
Yeah.
That was during the Rage skit, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just backed up and left.
Yeah,
but I didn't realize I did anything wrong.
Yeah, I'm just like, just speed, like pretend
That's
to speed
funny.
off really fast. I was like, I'll speed it up in post and put sound effects to make it sound like you skidded out. But but what's funny is the skid and everything in the skit was actually he actually did it himself. He skidded out.
So did you ever get busted for that?
No, that was before Ring cameras. We're old.
Oh yeah,
Oh, nice. So you got away with it.
yeah. It could have been anybody.
Yeah. That's so funny.
Now everybody's got Ring cameras and stuff.
Yeah, you
Somebody
probably won't
would
get
see
away
it.
with it.
Dash cams running all the time. You know.
Yeah, I know. Every now and again, I'll get like a little notification that like somebody like will put out on Ring and be like, "Hey, like I saw this thing on my door. Or this dog.
Right.
Does anybody know this dog? It's up on my door and stuff." And I'm just like, "Dang, you really can't get away with shit nowadays."
Have you guys seen the fucking alligator climbing up on this lady's porch and ringing her doorbell?
No.
Have you guys not seen
Yeah,
that?
there's like two or three of them, isn't there?
Yeah. There's
thought there
two
was a couple.
fucking alligators. One has climbed her wall and hits her fucking button and then falls down. The other gator's behind him, just like, "What you doing, bruh?" It's like, what the
That's
fuck?
Florida, man. That's Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
People want to be living in Florida and shit. And I'm like, nah. I'm
I
cool.
love Florida. I love Florida.
It's nice
It's
to-
a good
okay.
visit place.
Yeah, it's a good vacation spot and visit, but I
I
couldn't
would
live
not
around.
want to live there.
Couldn't
Fuck
live around
that.
those gators, man. I don't
Hell
know.
no.
I'm pretty sure
I
that's
went to an animal rescue that had gators, and you could feed them hot dogs and stuff.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
nice.
No, I'm not
Yeah,
saying I
they-
wouldn't want to pet one or something. I would definitely pet one.
Yeah,
Why don't you want to pet one?
A baby
thought it-
one.
it'd be the
You go
closest.
ahead. You go ahead and pet one. You go ahead and pet alligators.
I have pet anacondas. I have pet tigers. I want to pet a fucking alligator.
That's probably the closest thing you can get to petting a dinosaur.
Yeah. Well, no, because that's birds.
Well, technically, yeah, but I mean, like their scales and stuff probably be dinosaur.
You don't know
like.
what a dinosaur felt like.
Well, no, yeah, I'm just saying. You know
They're
what I
actually saying that most dinosaurs were covered in feathers.
mean? Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
Ryan, you got to fulfill some dreams. For her birthday, you need to take her to Florida and just drive until you see an open body of water that has alligators in
No,
it, and
no,
then
that's
just
not
just
what
let
I
her
like.
swim out there and go pet that alligator.
No, but you know what? If I ever did get an opportunity, I would go back to this mini golf place down there. They
Oh,
had
yeah?
baby alligators that you can pet at the end.
Ooh.
But we went in so late, by the time we got done, they were already put away and I couldn't pet one. I was so
Oh,
upset.
no.
I was so upset.
Dang. Stupid.
But I have got to pet a tiger in my lifetime. That was awesome.
Heck yeah. I don't think I've ever got to pet a tiger.
I have got to pet a tiger.
Mhm.
I took all my siblings. They had this little event at the mall. It was like basically raising money to feed them.
That's cool.
And I mean, I say tiger, but it was actually a cub.
Well, still,
Still, I got to pet a tiger.
that's cool. That's cool.
We got to play with it. I'll show you the pictures later. It's on my Facebook.
I think you might show me a long time ago.
Maybe.
But I'll look at them again.
Yeah.
That's
It was a
pretty
lot of
cool.
fun. It was worth the money and it was worth taking my family. We had a great time.
Speaking of gators, remember that scene in Joe Dirt with the gator?
Yes.
When he says, all right, now there's 3 rules we got to follow here. He says, rule number 1, I'm number 1. I like to make jokes. Rule number 2, I forget what
He's
rule
number
2.
2.
And then he moves on, and the kid's like, what about 3? He says, huh? He says, hey, you said there was 3. And he's like, what's that, boy? He says, you want my face in your ass? I mean, your ass in my face? What's up? Or something like that.
Yeah, it was something goofy.
And then he sticks his head in the alley. He said, now don't put your head in the alley. He said, you might get a little ornery. And then he just like snaps on him. He's like, ah. He
I
says,
love David
he's
Spade.
got the Joe Dirt. Yeah, it was a good movie.
They don't make movies like that anymore.
They don't.
man. I don't understand what
Stupid.
it is.
Sensitivity.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
It's so sad because, like, yeah, no, I loved the first one. The second one, I don't know if you've seen the second one. But the second
I
one's
have not
very,
seen the second one.
it's
I
not-
have no desire.
It's not rewatchable. It's like Anchorman 2, Zoolander 2. It's just not a good sequel. It's
See, I haven't seen Zoolander 2 either.
Zoolander 2 wasn't very good.
But I love me some Owen Wilson.
Oh,
I love the first Zoolander.
the first Zoolander. Blue Steel, Magnum, baby, all that stuff. You know, I love it.
Sounds like fucking condoms.
Yeah, he says, don't. He says, that's where that whole trend came from, where people interact that video where people bump into each other. And he's like, watch where you going, brah? Or he says, excuse me, brah. And he goes, you're excused, but I'm not your brah.
Yeah.
And like,
Fucking love Zoolander.
oh, yeah, no, it's good.
Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson.
They were great together.
Chef kiss. Mm-hmm.
I think
Are there any movies coming up to be excited about now?
not really.
I haven't seen too many.
I want to go back to see more movies and stuff, but it's just so hard to. But they also just don't make them like they used to. So
They
it's hard
don't make
to,
them like they used
Yeah,
to.
like literally the most recent movie I have seen, it was Star Wars Episode 3. It got re-released for the 20th anniversary. So that goes to show you, like, I went back to watch an old movie, but new movies just aren't pulling me in like they used to.
Now,
the last thing I seen was the last Alien movie, which I actually enjoyed. But
oh yeah, I need to
What?
say that still.
What was it?
The Alien movie that just came out.
Oh, Covenant?
Yeah.
Oh, dang, yeah. Oh, well, yeah.
Well-
it came out last year, but that's still been a minute.
it's
I-
good, man.
It is
I don't really watch movies that much anymore. And
Dude,
it was real.
I was impressed. It was better than Prometheus and Alien. What was the other one?
I don't know, but
Oh, no, it was Alien Covenant, because the new one that came out's Romulus, right?
I think
Alien
so.
Romulus?
Yeah.
That's right. Okay, yeah. So it was Covenant that was bad.
I watched Heretic with Hugh Grant. I actually
Was that
really
good?
I did really like it. So the premise of that movie is these two Mormon girls show up on this doorstep and he like tests their faith.
Yeah, I remember you
It's-
showing me the trailer for that, and that looked good.
It
I just didn't know if it
really
would be
is
good.
It is really good because like he brings, they both argue a side where God is like they're debating
Okay.
about, and they both bring like valid points and stuff to it. It's a really good thought provoking
interested
movie.
for sure.
It's really good. I
I'll-
liked it a lot.
I also want to see James McAvoy and Speak No Evil.
Oh man, I've heard some stuff about it.
That's
I heard
good.
it's good. I've
Also.
heard it's so good that he is phenomenal in this movie. Which honestly, I think he's an underrated actor as it is.
Oh yeah. Is there anything
I think-
upcoming that you thinking of, David, or anything?
The only thing that I've seen a trailer for that I actually got excited about, which you probably won't. You'll probably think I'm stupid. But it's that Mickey 17. I kind of want to see.
Oh
it.
no, I don't think I want to see that too with Robert Pattinson. I think that's
Yeah,
I
like-
think that's on HBO now streaming.
Is it really?
Yeah, I
I
think
have
so.
no idea. I don't think
Oh.
I've seen a trailer for it.
I'm pretty sure I saw an ad that said it came out last Friday. This past Friday.
It's completely different than a lot of things that are just being repeated
Yeah.
storyline wise.
I do want to see that. It's basically like he's like an experiment, and if something goes wrong, he dies. But they have a
Oh, and they
clone.
bring him
Clone,
back.
they
keep
Okay,
cloning him.
okay,
But
yeah.
they discard the other one before they bring him back. But then they end up activating one before they killed one. So then they're like, they realize what's going
What's
on.
going on?
But yeah, no,
Damn.
I do want to see. That's on HBO. Maybe we can watch that
Maybe.
tonight.
Maybe. We'll see.
Date night.
We'll see.
Date night.
Yeah,
Dutch is with
popcorn.
Grammy. Ditch is with Grammy. So
Yeah, Duchess with Paula.
yeah, buddy.
That's actually whenever we're done with the podcast, we're gonna go clean.
Can you hear my dogs? My dogs are running around.
Oh, I didn't hear your dog. Oh,
Yeah.
I hear it barking now. But everything else is going pretty good for you, brother.
Sorry, I muted you for a second. What did you say?
I was saying everything else going pretty good for you, man. Doing good.
Yeah, it's good. The same, not a whole lot to change.
Did you enjoy being on the podcast? Because we're coming up to our hour mark, so I just wanted to kind of get on our final closing statements. Anything, if there's anything you want to add or say or talk about before we close out. Except,
I'm under pressure now, so I'm wearing blank.
except for the fact that you love me, you can tell me you love me on air if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, anytime.
I was as close as I get. I figured, sure.
You gotta say I love you, Ryan.
Yeah.
All right, Princess Leia.
I know. But no, man, I definitely enjoy talking with you anytime, but I enjoyed finally getting you here on the podcast and chit-chatting it up with you and talking about some set experiences and some past stuff and everything like that. And definitely have to get you back on again over the phone or in person for sure down the road, like we were talking about. And maybe, I don't know, man, maybe get you back on set, dude, because I definitely miss working with you and miss just hanging out in general. But life gets a little hectic and crazy as you get older, and scheduling, and especially whenever you end up having a kid and your life revolves around him. Not that I'm complaining or saying that in a bad way, but hey, woo!
Somebody's excited.
That dog had something to say. It was like, hey. That dog said, hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and all that fun stuff. And share it with everybody, okay?
Keep it real. Putting them out now. They were sleeping the whole time until just now. Because she woke up, she took a nap.
They had to come. They had to get their little 2 cents in, their little cameo in. Like, our special guest today, David Kelley and dog.
And dog. There's 3 of them, but yeah.
Oh, and 3 dogs. Well, alrighty, man. Well, I guess we'll close this podcast up and we all go about our day and everything. But thank you so much for being here with us, brother. And it was good chatting with you. And hope you had a good time. Please tell. Yeah, I hope you had a good time, man. I know it's just chit chatting and stuff, but I hope you had a good time. And tell Lisa we said
hi. You call me. So. Yeah.
Well, we just text so much that it's just faster and convenient sometimes, especially if you just have something real quick to say, that way it's not like I call you up just to be like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, bye.
You can? I don't care.
Yeah, you're right. I can. Honestly, I need to get back more into that habit. We all do. The whole world needs to stop getting on their phones and, get on your phone and text and call more and then see people more and stuff. But
yeah, I hate texting. I don't even look at them sometimes.
I'll say this for a closing statement. I'll definitely tell you that ourselves now, if we would have went back to COVID days, 2020 lockdown, when everybody was so concerned and worried about not seeing each other, they'd be like, because like we wouldn't look into the future like, you got to be kidding me. In 4 years from now, we're gonna be taking it all for granted and acting like COVID still exists by not seeing each other. And it's like, no, yeah, you're gonna, it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that just kind of, I think it all put us all in a little kind of state of seclusion, you know what I mean, a little bit, and kind of like it wasn't a good impact on a lot of us, that's for sure. On the
I can see that for a lot of people. I don't want to sound insensitive at all.
No,
it didn't affect me at all. I don't know what happened, but it didn't affect anything.
Yeah, no, it didn't affect me either. I still want to see people, but it's just it's because you try to make plans with other people, and it's the other people that don't respond on their end or come through on their end, or try to make the plan. They say, I'll get back to you, but never get back to you type thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
And it's not going to divide us. That's another thing they're trying to divide us by. I don't want no division. It's all love here, baby. Love and kindness. Spread more love, not hate. And I guess on that note, we'll see you all in the next one.
Adios.
Bye.
Yeah. Did you have fun, David?
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Enjoy this type of chord.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay. Yeah, sorry if I'm not that entertaining. I don't know what to do.